Have y'all heard about some controversy that's bubbled up about Janet Jackson saying something?
Oh my goodness gracious! Are we really going to talk about that?
Why you turn your head away?
Because that is just some like real auntie kind of stuff, you know?
No, because I just heard about it before I came to this studio.
Yeah.
Look.
She apparently came out of her mouth.
Right. She didn't know. She said Kamala Harris wasn't black. Yes.
She's like, well, that's what I heard. And for the journalist to say, well, that's not true. And her response being, well, that's what I heard. Look, that is aunties real bad.
It's not aunties at all. It's someone who is the aunt. Look, this is the same conversation I've been having. Pop quiz to both of y'all. Oh, boy. How old were you when you learned how to tie your shoes?
I was definitely in pre-K.
Yeah.
So like 5?
Somewhere around there.
About 5 years old. 5, that's fair. Dylan, 5. Learn how to tie your shoes. 5. All of us 5. When Janet Jackson was 5 years old,
somebody was tying her shoes.
She was on television doing the hustle with her brother. Mm-hmm. Janet Jackson has never, ever been in some kind of environment where she has been exposed to the real world. Like at all.
Yeah.
Like, no. You're saying yeah as if I didn't say something that is objectively true because we have video evidence of it.
No, I hear you.
He's walked out.
Like, I don't know. In my mind, the real problem, what enraged me was, once again, this is another example of how the Jacksons are not protected. Mm-hmm. Why is she somewhere in a context that someone is asking her anything that's not about Rhythm Nation? Like, I don't want to hear Why are you saying, man. I mean, come on. Stop.
What do you mean stop? I mean,
stop. I don't want to hear Janet Jackson talk about IKEA. Like, I want to hear Janet Jackson talk about anything. And no, look, this, what you want from her?
I mean, would you look?
She's been living in London for 10 years. Mm-hmm. She's been Janet Jackson her whole life. Mm-hmm. Again, when you learn how to tie your shoes, she was doing the hustle on television. So with Michael Jackson.
So what are you saying? So we shouldn't have expected anything more than that?
No, I'm saying, why are you asking Janet Jackson something about Kamala Harris?
Well, the context was because she made political music, and they're like, "Oh, I wonder what your thoughts are around contemporary politics." That's how the article went.
Stop! No, because I'm calling foul on people. Act like she made what's going on. She made Rhythm Nation, and she's made music up to the Velvet Rope. She said racism is bad.
I mean, yeah,
being evil is bad.
You're right.
Don't hate people.
Don't get me wrong.
We should love people.
You're right. She's made political music on the same level as Michael Jackson made political music.
Right.
Which means that it's just basically pop, whatever.
Right.
No, I hear you. I agree with you on that. However, I don't think. First of all, let me ask you, are you saying that the reporter is out of line for just asking her the question?
Yes, I am saying that if you think about every single solitary legacy celebrity, no one asks them anything about anything because there's a whole machine in place that says, we are not doing this with this person. This person is, and this is part of a long line of things that happens with people in the Jackson family, that because it's, I'm about to drop an F-bomb, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey circus around them, trying to make, like, no one says, Janet doesn't talk about that. We're not talking about that with Janet Jackson. She's Janet Jackson. We don't talk about, like, why are we, like, what are we doing? Like, why are you asking Janet Jackson stuff about stuff?
I don't think it's out of line to ask her anything. And I think, honestly, the question was pretty much a layup that she just...
Stop.
I do.
And then the cleanup was messy too, because then the apology came out, and then somebody her team said, "Oh, that person isn't actually on the team." So that's why I feel you when you're saying they're not being protected,
right? Because the dude that spoke for her,
right,
did not work. And I don't blame her, because I know how this works. That dude said, I'm speaking for Janet today, and Janet apologizes. And 2 weeks from now, he gonna say Janet had an unfortunate accident and said, I get all the money.
No, I understand.
Like, you got this.
No, I understand her.
Right, let's not act like
up.
this Jackson's thing is not within. And look, stop. This is all these people. I saw someone, and it's so true, where they said it's a shame that Prince died before COVID, because we've gotten all this great Prince music and this, that, and the other. But we also would have had to listen to Prince talk about COVID and his thoughts on COVID.
Right. I don't want to hear celebrities say anything.
Nas is my favorite. I say it all the time. My favorite MC of all time.
Yes.
I don't want nobody to ask Nas about vaccines.
Okay.
Like, don't ask Nas nothing about that. Today is the 33rd anniversary of my favorite album of all time, The Low End Theory.
There you go.
I don't want nobody to ask Q-Tip
or Ali
Shaheed Muhammad nothing about science, about women's rights, women's reproductive rights. Don't ask them nothing. I want to hear how you picked the samples. And this is what I said to my wife this morning. My fervent prayer is that nobody goes to the small English village where my queen is sitting in the kitchen eating beans on toast in a flannel shirt. I don't want nobody to ask Helen Sade Adu nothing. Don't ask her nothing. Not a thing. Let her sit in her cottage.
The beans or the toast, okay?
Quietly. Oh, not a thing. Not a thing. What are you doing? Why the hell are you asking Janet Jackson stuff?
About stuff.
About stuff. What? How she know about stuff? And let's be look. Let my ass. Oh Lord, let my ass get famous. I ain't gonna know nothing about nothing. I saw a clip, and this is true. I saw a clip. Chris Rock had just gotten famous. So it was after Bring the Pain, and Chris Rock was on Oprah.
Okay,
and Oprah was asking him about, being famous, kind of breaking through and what's it like being famous. And Chris Rock said, it's weird because you start to become detached.
Yeah. And
I realized that I had forgotten my ATM card number. And Oprah Winfrey had a look on her face where I bet my left arm she did not know what an ATM machine was. Like Chris Rock was talking about an ATM machine, and she didn't know what an ATM machine was. Like, what do you... Eddie Murphy, they asked him about something. He talked about being in the house and the computer was making some kind of noise. And Eddie Murphy said, I just pulled the plug out the wall because I know it runs on electricity, but I don't really understand. Why are you asking Janet Jackson about stuff? Y'all got anything to add?
No.
Thank you.
Janet Jackson, what do you think about? Her ass has lived in London for 10 years. You was learning how to tie your shoes. She was reading lines to be Penny. Asking Janet Jackson, who the hell, where are your people? Where are Janet Jackson's people?
Her people is Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
Right. I mean, well, okay.
Right there.
That does give you a window into
that's the brain trust.
Shout out to Randy.
Hey, man, Randy and the Gypsies was not a bad album. And I'd love to talk to Randy about Randy and the Gypsies.
That's about it.
And I want to talk about playing the bongos with the Jacksons. He was playing the bongos. Hey, Randy, let's talk about the bongos. Let's talk let's talk about. Hey, Randy, I'm thinking about going to Sweet Green and getting a salad. You want to get a salad from Sweet Green? What should I get on my salad from Sweet Green, Randy? Why you? No.
Dylan, make a note. I need a t-shirt that says, "Hey, Randy, let's talk about the bongos."
I ain't asking some damn Janet Jackson about anything. Let that woman be an icon and live in her world. Like, she's an icon. We love Janet Jackson. Like, again, I'm angry that nobody swooped down and protected Janet.
And said, no, we're not doing that.
What does Marie Osmond think about politics lately?
I don't know.
You know why? Because the Osmonds locked that shit down.
Uh-huh.
We make $30,000 off of that one bad apple streams. That we're going to keep that $30,000. Oingo Boingo. Anybody know what Oingo Boingo thinks about the election? How about Tears for Fears? Tears for Fears, can you? Have we heard from Tears for Fears? Asking some damn Janet Jackson some questions about Kamala Harris. Let that woman live her life.
Well, mail-in ballots, sign-ups are here, everybody. So make sure you vote.
Hey.
November 5th.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I'm sure Adam Ann has thoughts.